this year, I decided to completely change the way I was running my nail business. I used to offer over 30 designs at a time on my website, but frankly getting tired of making the same designs, and it wasn't a very efficient use of my time. I've since developed a new selling structure where I create 4 designs a month that are only available and sold during that given month. This new selling structure allows me to create thoughtful, detailed sets, practice different techniques, and batch make designs. In my first video, I showed how I make a set of press-on nails from start to finish. But in this video, I will talk you through how those sets even came to be in the first place, and show more of my creative process, which will hopefully demonstrate that me and many other artists don't just pump out a perfect set right away, and that with some planning and practice, you can make the set you've been dreaming about. I start planning the upcoming month's design midway through the month prior. So if I'm planning sets for September, for example, I would start planning in mid-August to ensure I have enough time to buy any supplies I might need, test techniques, and make and promote the sets. I often see other nail artists' work on Instagram and TikTok, and I think, how did they make that? How did they even come up with that design? And then the self-doubt starts to creep in, saying, I could never do that. I'll never be that good. I'm not that creative. The list goes on. I hope showing how I make a set from conception to customer humanizes the process, and that there are many trials and errors along the way. For July, I had 2 sets in mind. I wanted to jump on the pool nails trend, and also, if you didn't know, I largely sell BTS-inspired nails, and JK was coming out with a new song, so I knew I'd be able to create a set based on the visuals of that song. So those 2 sets were my starting point. What's kind of ironic is that this is a planning video, but I only ended up making those 2 sets of the 4 because this month I realized I need to slow down and take some vacation during the summer months, or I'd be depressed come December. For the pool nail set, I was inspired by these 2 specific artists, this floating character and then this whole set of nails. I was going to pull inspiration from both of them and then also replace the character with a BT21 character. It might be because I'm still so new at nails, but I have a really hard time just freestyling designs on the fly. I need a map before I begin, so I came up with this nail planner that helps me work through the different elements of the design before putting them all together. I'll either print it out and do it on paper, or if I'm on the go, I'll use the planner in Procreate. When I imagine a set in my head, I often don't know what it's going to look like, but I know the vibe I want to convey, and putting descriptive words on the paper helps me guide the design. So for instance, in this set, I wanted them to feel summery, bright, playful, and have 3D elements. The color palette and color tone are also important to me, so I identify which colors I plan to use and ensure that they look good together. I then move on to the design elements or details. As I mentioned, for this set, I knew I wanted a 3D floating character, so I put them down. And then I thought about what else might be cute on pool nails, so added a floating ring, duck, pool pattern, bubbles, and pool noodles. Finally, I combine all the design elements, so the descriptors, the color palette, the details, the reference photos, and I translate them onto the nails. As you can see, I'm designing a full 10 set of nails, and obviously nails aren't one size fits all, which means that customers must know their size when placing an order. I have them measure their nails in millimeters, or they purchase a sizing kit. Customers needing to measure can be a barrier to entry or purchase, but once they know their size, they can apply that to any set moving forward, which is good to communicate to the customer. You might be thinking, whoa, this seems like a lot of work for one set, and you would be right. It can take me hours to test out different techniques to get the results I want, which is not always a feasible option for everyone, or even me to be honest, but it's just the way I do it to get the results I want. So take it with a grain of salt and create nails in a way that makes sense for you, your time, and your business. So now it's on to making the actual nails and testing these designs in practice. These other ones, well, I don't have any idea what I'm going to do for this one yet, other than probably keep it minimal, because I don't actually have much to work from in terms of reference. The Moon Mist set is going to be really simple. It's going to be pretty much these colors, but hopefully done nicer than this nail. Across all nails, and then, I'm not sure about this one yet, but maybe a jelly neon pink and white chrome gradient, which I saw someone else do that was really pretty. So we'll see. I'm going to start by sorting out this set, and we'll move on from there. Okay, welcome to the chaos zone. This is what my desk actually looks like when I'm creating a set. just mayhem. But little update, I have the base color down, and I had planned to do a couple of these like bubble nails, but I wasn't loving them. And so I tested out, whatever these are called, alcohol, don't know. And I'm kind of obsessed. I love the like water splashy wave look, so we're gonna go with that instead. I am gonna leave one bubble nail, but it's kind of all part of the process of like making them and then realizing something doesn't work and pivoting. Sometimes certain ideas or techniques I thought would work don't, and I have to pivot. Or if I'm ever stuck, I'll often just go through my supplies for inspiration. Sometimes I'll find a different color, part, sticker, chrome, or whatever, and realize that it might better suit what I'm trying to do and trying to achieve, which is exactly what happened with this set. I found the alcohol ink and realized it would be a perfect time to use it. I find I get inspiration for nails from literally everywhere, but it's often other nail artists' work. There are so many talented artists, and everyone has a different style and is inventing and using different techniques. It's hard not to be inspired. But I also like to pull from arts, interior decor, color palettes, music videos, the list goes on. I do want to mention that there's no shame in using another artist's work as inspiration, but it is shameful to use someone else's design without mentioning or crediting them. Everyone is out there working hard, so give them the credit they deserve, and one day, someone will do the same for you. Update number 2, I am starting to get the 3D elements on. I'm drinking a beer because it's 1,000 degrees in here. I haven't exactly figured out if I'm done, but I'm pretty close. Before I move on to show what I do after the set is complete, I thought I'd just briefly show how I use the same process for the JK7 set. Have the color palette here, which is a monochrome with a silver accent. I wanted them to be minimal, sexy, monochrome, and modern. There actually wasn't that much to pull from a visual standpoint. So I kind of made up a couple elements that I thought aligned with these descriptors, mapped it out across all 10 nails, though this did change a little bit. And then you can see the note I have here, test chrome heart chain. So up here, I leave this one blank just to put any test nails that I might have tried. You can see I didn't actually end up, where is the finalized set? Oh, they're on the ground. Okay. Some of these just didn't look that right or didn't align with what I wanted to do, but you can kind of see how these ideas get translated into something that's final. Anyway, back to the pool set. Once the design is finalized, I mount them and take photos for the website and videos for social media. You're putting all this work into making the nails, but the customer only gets to see whatever photos and videos you post of them, so make sure that they are well lit from a couple different angles and show detail. It's actually something that I've been trying to work on. I normally take photos in my room, but I recently bought a light box because I was tired of the inconsistent lighting. I literally just went to shoot this clip and realized I'm filming with my phone. How am I going to show taking a photo with my phone? Imagine me taking a photo with my phone. I literally do it right here. I haven't actually used it, and it's certainly not essential, so I'll report back on whether I like it or not. So now that we've got some photos, the final step is to create a new draft product on my website, upload the photos we just took, edit the description, and schedule for relaunch.